I will burn your city, your land, yourself. If you wish to spare yourself and your venerable family, give heed to my advice with the ear of intelligence. If you do not, you will see what God has willed. Hulagu Khan is the son of the ruler of Mongol Emperor Genghis Khan Tuluy, brother Alambratoran Kublai Khan and Khan and Mongol Emperor Bock, was born in 1217 at the birth. Hulagu was fond of Persian civilization, and after it became Khana Persia after the founding of the era of fields there, in his council included many scientists, philosophers and wise men from across Persia that follow the Islamic religion. Coupled with Hulagu Khan Btgazz Christian, in addition to many wives. Hulagu conquered many of the country to the west of the continent of Asia, killing millions of people in that country. Hulagu Khan commissioned his brother Hulagu to the leadership of the Mongol army to invade and destroy the remaining Muslim states in the western side of South Asia, 1255 of the birth, and ordered him to treat surrendered mercy, and eliminate the resistance completely, so he wanted to subject lords who lived to the south of Iran, and sought to eliminate the sect of the Assassins and tried to destroy or subdue the Abbasid state. Hulagu came out at the head of the army, was considered one of the greatest armies of the Mongols configured at all, and first began military operations by defeating lords. Having spread his reputation throughout the country, suffered Junkies great panic, and they immediately surrender and hand over their stronghold fortified without a battle. Then set off Hulagu Baghdad, meaning the army, before access to the Abbasid Caliph sent to them asking him to surrender, but the Caliph refused to bow and sent to Hulagu to warn him the pains of God and tried to punish him if the attack on the Caliph of Islam. After this response, Hulagu continued the great march toward Baghdad. As soon as he approached the city, the division of his army into two parts to besiege the city from the west and east sides, but the Caliph's army succeeded in response, some of his forces attacking from the west side, but he finally defeated the city and surrendered to Hulagu and his army. When Hulagu was 30 years old, he came out at the head of a huge army after he was entrusted with his brother Mongol Khan entering the country, located on the banks of the Oxus River, to extend beyond the state of the Mongols until reaching Egypt, and commanded him before moving the application of his great-grandfather laws, Genghis Khan, and the commitment of the customs traditions, and all of it is subject to his authority to treat him wearing perfume, and works on the extermination of the resistance to him, even if the Caliph was the Abbasid himself. Hulagu won their first, seizing the castles of the Ismaili community, after many battles, and went after on its way towards achieving its goal last, by seizing Baghdad completely, the city, and the elimination of the Abbasid Caliphate sent threatening the Caliph must have him and asking him to surrender, and hand over the capital and enter into obedience, but the Caliph's refusal to comply with his orders despite the weakness of his forces. Besieged Hulagu the city and its income in 1258, and Baghdad fell into the hands of Hulagu and his forces, were destroyed and flooded stationers in the Tigris who reportedly turned black color as a result of inked books that he dumped it and killed its people and looted the city and burned and captured the caliph and Vu carpets, having beaten him beat and threshed until their horses died. As a result of the bad smell of death that has spread in the city after this destruction, forced Hulagu to move his camp away from her, and remained the city after a number of years devoid of the population. Launched Hulagu after Baghdad, intending to seize the Levant, and managed to grab Miafarkan in Aleppo, and continued after walking towards Mardin, and during the siege operations of cities, the Mongol army invades other cities and dropping it, and then submitted to Aleppo, which was besieged and set up around catapults and bombarded by missiles. Even surrendered. Then moved the Mongol army led by Hulagu towards Damascus, and when the news arrived as they approached the king Nasser Yusuf Ayyubi, fled the last with his troops, leaving Damascus for its fate. But the people have surrendered and handed over to the city Hulagu without a fight.